Hi gorgeous, today I'm going to share with you how I used to heal my HS wounds faster and naturally. So stay tuned, I'm going to teach you my 3 hot tips on how to heal your wounds faster. Alright guys, so I'm going to share with you how I heal my HS wounds faster and naturally. These tips are more for the superficial wounds, so maybe you've just gotten it drained or maybe it's drained on its own, and it's kind of at that point where it's closing from the inside out and there's still this like either really flat wide sore, or a sore that's like kind of protruding out of your skin, and it's super uncomfortable. Maybe it's pulling on the gauze. It's just very uncomfortable. You put the polysporin and sometimes the polysporin will dry out and you feel that bit of a tug on your open flesh. It's super frustrating, right? And uncomfortable. So I'm going to share with you my 3 easy, super easy natural tips on what I use to heal them quicker. So the first tip I'm going to share with you is coconut oil. So this is the coconut oil that I have right now. I don't typically have a specific brand that I use. As long as the coconut oil is 100% pure and non-hydrogenated, then you can go ahead and use the coconut oil. So the way I would do that is by applying, using a sterilized utensil, whether that's a knife or a spoon. You can boil it in some salt water. I usually have like one butter knife that I actually purchased just to apply my coconut oil to my wounds in the past. So what I would do would be I would put a pot of water on the stove and then boil it on the stove with some sea salt and then just sterilize the utensil. And then I would get the gauze and make sure your hands are washed and clean. I would get a piece of gauze and just apply like about a teaspoon of coconut oil to the gauze. You could also double the gauze, or what you can do is take a piece of paper towel, fold it into a small square, and then place that behind the gauze, because what happens is this coconut oil is very oily, obviously, and it might seep through the gauze. So what you want to do is make sure that you have something behind the gauze so that it doesn't kind of like seep through your clothing, whether you have your wounds closer to your buttocks or under your arm or between your breast or under your breast. You just want to make sure that there's that extra cushioning behind the gauze. So you just apply a small amount of coconut oil to the gauze, and usually those superficial wounds, which would take months and months to heal, if you do this morning and night or even just once a day, it should take about 2 weeks to 10 days to heal up, or 10 days to 2 weeks to heal up, and it heals so much quicker. And 2 weeks for, you know, anyone with HS, Hidradenitis Suppurativa, knows that 2 weeks is super quick, because a wound could literally sometimes not even heal for a year, and that's really like, that's what the condition is well known for, is the pain and the fact that it takes so long to heal. So just make sure that you use your coconut oil and you have that with you. The second tip I want to share with you is, if you are already using polysporin, what I like to do is add a little bit of turmeric to the polysporin. So you can add some ground turmeric to that. Actually, let me show you the turmeric that I use. It's super important that you get an organic ground turmeric, something that's really healthy and comes from a good source. So I'll share that with you 1 second. Okay, so here is the ground turmeric that I use, and this one is from Simply Organic. It's about $5 to $6 depending on where you're from, where you are. You can get it at your like a Whole Foods or a local healthy grocery store. But as long as it says organic turmeric and it's grounded, that's amazing. You can use it topically. What you would do is you can put a little bit of the polysporin on the gauze and then just sprinkle some of this on top and then apply it to the wound. And you would change that obviously when you're going for a shower or before bed or in the morning, whenever you change your bandages, and just always apply this. Another way that you could use this turmeric, you could see that it's half done. I go through this stuff like it's water because I actually use it internally. So I'll have it in my tea, or I'll try to put it in as much food as possible. Turmeric is a really great ingredient. It helps for reducing inflammation. You will find turmeric in a lot of man-made medication, so why not just pull it right from the source? Same thing with coconut oil. It's very detoxifying for the skin, and it has a lot of healing properties. So it's always nice to just kind of stick to your natural ingredients and use that to heal. So the third tip is kind of like a combo bonus tip. So the third tip for you to heal your HS wounds faster, and you probably know this one already, is to soak your wound in a nice warm hot bath of sea salt water. Sea salt is really cleansing for any type of infection or wounds for the skin. I'll grab that as well. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So you could use really any sea salt. This is just from my local grocery store. You want to use something that's as close to, you know, the nature, the sea as possible, nothing that's too processed. So just get coarse sea salt, put it in a hot bath, and literally soak in that hot bath. You know, a lot of times with HS, when you have an open wound, sometimes you're scared to kind of like take a shower or take a bath because you're just worried that it's going to make things worse, or even just create some type of friction with the skin. But there's no need to worry about that. You could totally bathe in a nice salt bath, and you could even add some turmeric and coconut oil to that too. So that's really important. Guys, those are my 3 ingredients that I use to heal my HS wounds in the past. So it's super important to also make sure you're getting sleep. Remember, our bodies heal at nighttime, so try not to stay up too late. If you can go to bed early, wake up early, it gives your body an ample amount of time to heal. Once again, just remember, I'm not a doctor. This is just my story, my HS story, and I'm sharing it with you in hopes that it helps. Just make sure to consult your doctor or homeopathic nutritionist for anything. If you're allergic to coconut oil, obviously don't use that. Just be mindful and, you know, be intuitive with your body, and just learn to understand your body and what it can take. So just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or anything, but this is just my story and I'm sharing it with you, and I really hope that these tips help you. I love you so much, and if you could give us a big fat thumbs up on this video, and also head over to our Facebook page and give us a thumbs up there, that would be so appreciative. Share this video with anyone you know who might have HS or any autoimmune disorder. And also go ahead on Instagram and follow us so you can stay posted with all our hot tips. The next videos that are coming up are going to be amazing, so make sure that you subscribe so that you stay notified for all of our updates. Alright guys, I love you guys so much. Remember that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and even though you have HS, it does not define you. There is so much more out there for you, and it's gonna be amazing. Bye. You guys know the drill. You know the roller coaster ride it is to go through when you have a condition like this. So you almost feel like you operate out of desperation to kind of figure things out for yourself. So 4 years ago, that was exactly what I did. You know, I remember my sister read an article about going plant-based, and it's basically healing your body. And I remember just not wanting to believe this article because I loved meat, I loved dairy, you know, I loved all of those things.